Did you hear the reaction of the woman? She's 70 years old. I mean, and probably 70 years old. If you're 50 years old, if you're 20 years old, who would ever would have thought you'd have vehicles that drive themselves and go on this kind of autopilot feature? Well, there's a video online where a guy took his 70-year-old mother out in a Tesla and let her try the autopilot feature, and she kind of freaked out just a little bit. Listen to this.
Oh, there's cars coming. Oh, there's cars. Bill, just put me back for me control it. Oh, dear Jesus. I could never. Oh, where's...
Yeah. You think that's bad? You should have heard her on Space Mountain at Disney. Crazy. And yes, it's true. Meineke manager Peter DeGeorge in Philadelphia is out talking about a situation where a drunk woman who, yes, just so happened to be a drunk nun. All right, it's out there now. She was caught drunk driving back in November in the middle of the night. And she says she doesn't remember any of it because she took Ambien before she had the alcohol. Miller says she sleepwalks sometimes, although she says maybe she didn't do any alcohol. She says she sleepwalks sometimes, and she had a few glasses of wine earlier that evening, so there it is. Around 2 in the morning, she just decided she's going to drive her car, and it ended up in the front door of a Meineke shop, and then she drove off. Habit, huh?
She's drinking at least a glass a day.
Yeah.
I mean.
Here's Ryan in Utica. Good morning, Ryan.
Hi. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, okay. Talk to you later.
I'm just wondering, are you guys Hillary Clinton supporters?
Are you?
No. No. God, no.
No. Well, why do you ask that question?
Because she's paid for commercial spots on your station.
Well, if you've been listening, in fact, that's a fair question. But
that is not a. Well, that's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. But go ahead.
Okay, I didn't want to be mean. If you've listened, there are ads for Trump, Hillary, Bernie, and Cruz running, and PACs for, I think, Cruz, Trump, and Sanders all running.
Okay,
and Meineke,
and even in the field for everybody.
No,
we have
to
by law. We have to. Yeah.
Listen, how old are you, Ryan?
I'm 29.
By 29, you ought to know that we're funded by advertising. So it doesn't. We don't choose who advertises with us. They pay money to advertise on the program. There is absolutely zero affiliation. There are. I mean, everybody could advertise.
In fact, we cannot say. Like we
cannot
say we'll take Trump's money or Cruz's money and then tell someone else no.
It is against the law for us to say no.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to know because it's a little nerve-wracking to hear her voice in the morning.
Well, listen,
that's what Bill said.
I'm going to tell you something. The fact is that this race has become close, and you're going to probably see her come into town. I think that announcement's going to be made today. She'll be coming to Utica or Rome. I believe it's going to be Utica. You may hear her doing interviews on the radio. You might, all of them. This has become very tight. Even Trump's numbers. Who, by the way, did you hear Eric Trump a few minutes ago?
I'm sorry. What?
Did you hear Eric Trump on the radio? We just talked to Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, just a few minutes ago.
Oh no, I missed that part.
But again, we choose the interviews. But even with interviews, you get to an equal time issue where you go into this window, this period of time. Prior to a primary or an election, and if one candidate comes on, we are basically required by law to give the other candidate the same amount of time. So a lot of regulations with that. There's no preference here whatsoever, and even if we did have a preference, we couldn't really deal with it. So there you have it, Ryan. Okay,
that makes sense.
All right, man. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your day. Okay.
And that's too. We should have asked him who he's supporting because that's too bad that he missed that interview at the top of the hour. I mean, we talked to Eric Trump live for what 10, 11 minutes.
And just for the record, I think you all know here, I will not be voting for Donald Trump. I can't vote for Donald Trump. But ultimately, to be able to give a fair interview and a decent interview and give them a chance to speak and so people can make their own decisions is what we're required. I feel I'm required to do. Now, it doesn't always end up that way. We've had a few heated interviews in the past, but it is what it is.
And also, too, I've been making a valiant effort to try and get every candidate or every person that is close to a candidate. Also working on the possibility of Ted Cruz's father Pastor Cruz, working on him as well. So I mean, it's not even just about booking guests that are who we feel.
Anyway, enough of that. I didn't mean to say it was the dumbest question I've ever heard. It was just the dumbest question I've ever heard. So we got a break. 8:34 at WIBX.